So, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a homepage and an app homepage that can be used to navigate sites a lot easier and a lot quicker for new users, and can be used to display information such as instructions and descriptions of applications. Really good for user onboarding and user adoption. So, first thing we're going to do is we are going to create our image action button fields. This can be done by going to your application, going into fields, and go to add. You'll scroll down and you can find image action button here. There's a link here to the support article if you want to read up on what more image action buttons can do. But for now, I'll be showing you just a few things, which will be following a link and going to create a record, go into a report, and go into an external link outside of your site. So go to create, give it a label. I prefer not to give image action buttons labels, as you don't really want the label to appear above the image action button, as the button itself should have an image that describes it. So I'm going to go straight to the identifier. I'm going to put in button go to risks, and this is going to be a full button, and then I'm going to go to open URL, and then I'm going to select my image. These are some I've made earlier, so risk register. You see my image here, and then I'm going to go into my application and I'm going to take this URL here. This is where I want the button, once clicked, to take them to this report. So take the link and I paste it in here. You don't need the front bit. You can just use the bit after the site, and it will determine from whatever site you are in, it will add this onto the end of the site URL. It will add it onto the end of this bit here. So you don't need the first bit. Then I'm going to save this. I'm going to add our next button. This is going to be a link to support@softtools.net. So we're going to do button support full button type, open URL. I'm going to do softtools support.softtools.net. Okay. We'll save. Oh, got to add our image, which is here, support center image. You can see it here. We'll save that. And we're going to add our final button, which is going to be a record create button. So I'm going to do again button create, button size full, button type, open URL. And this is going to be a URL I created earlier. And this again is just going to be the /, the ID of the application you want to create the record in, and then create at the end of it. And then we're going to go to create risk as our image, and then we'll save that. So we now have 3 buttons here that we can use in our dashboard. So first of all, we're going to create a dashboard back in App Studio Home, then go to Dashboards, and then go to Add. Once we're here, we're going to call it our risk dashboard, and then we're going to give it a 3 by 1, a 3 by 2 actually, sorry, a 3 by 2 layout. So we're going to have our image at the top here, so we can hide all these cells, and then we're going to have our image action buttons at the bottom here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to upload our image, which I made earlier again, which is our risk homepage. Upload that here. We're going to make sure this cell is visible, hide the title, and make the background transparent, and center align it. And then we're going to make sure the two cells to the left and the right are both hidden. That means this image can span the whole side of the screen. Then we'll scroll down. We're going to start selecting our buttons for these cells. We're going to select our app as the RISC-3 application, because that's where I created the buttons. Same here, and same here. Then we can go into our field and select our buttons. So, first one I want is going to be the Go to Risk button, center align, transparent cell, hide title. Next is going to be Create, which again is going to be center align, transparent background, hide title. And then finally, we're going to have Button Support, which is again going to be center aligned, transparent background, and hide cell. Once that's done, we can save it, and then we can go to our home page. Then we're going to add a new home page, which is then going to hold the dashboard we created. So dashboards can be used in both home pages and in an app level report. So first thing we're going to do while we do this, go back to your dashboard. Make sure to tick is global. So for the first bit, we're going to be adding an app homepage. But if you want to create a site homepage, you need to make sure is global is ticked. So we'll leave it for now because we're going to be creating an app homepage. But when we start creating the actual site homepage, we're going to come back and we're going to tick this. So we'll go to our application. We're going to go to reports. We're going to go to add. We're going to add a dashboard. We're going to make it our risk dashboard. And we're going to choose the dashboard we just created, which is our risk dashboard here. We're going to save. I was going to bring that all the way back up to the top, so drag it up here. That's saved again. Then we're going to go back to our risks, resync the application, and we now have our risk dashboard with our site image, which is a graphic again I made earlier. You can choose this to do whatever you want. And then we have our three buttons at the bottom here. Which one should take us to risk register? Yeah. Second, which should take us to creating a risk. Perfect. And our third, to the Soft Tools Support Center. Perfect. So, once now this is done, we can then go back. So this is how you create an app homepage. So as you can see, this is in our application. Now we're going to show you how to create one as a site homepage. So we're going to go back to our home. We're going to go back to dashboards. And then we're going to go back to our previous dashboard we just created, which was the risk dashboard. And I'm going to select is global. Save that. Well, you'll get an error message here that this can't be saved because it's currently used in an app dashboard. So we need to go back to our application, and then we need to go to our reports, go to our risk dashboard. And if you want this to be an app homepage, you can keep it. But if you want it to be a site homepage, you need to delete this. Then go back to our dashboards and our risk dashboard and tick is global again and save. So now this is a global dashboard we've just created here. Then we can go to our home page. We're going to make this a risk homepage. I'm going to add some emojis in, just to add a bit of color and match the rest of the scheme we have with all our home pages. We're going to go down. We're going to select this button here, which will show us our dashboards. And then we're going to find our risk dashboard, select it, and save. Now this is at the bottom. Go back to our home screen. We're going to sign out of our site. And then we're going to sign back in again. Because this is a site change, not an app change, we need to sign out of the site to get the new homepage, as you can't resync the site like you resync an application. So we'll wait for this to load back up. Now this is loaded back up, we can scroll down to our risk homepage, which you should now see on the left-hand panel here. We click. It's the same homepage as we saw on your app, but now it can be accessed at the site, and it can also be used as a landing page for any user who comes onto the site. So again, this should take us to our risk register. This will take us to our create a risk, and this will take us to our support center. So once this is done, if you have any questions, please do go to the community area and ask away. And I hope that's helped. Thank you very much.